Hello, today's pick a card. We're going to be looking at what spiritual gifts you're being asked to use at this time. And we're going to take a look at the why and the how. And just something that did come out in the reading when I was pulling everything. I've got charms, I've got some oracle cards, and then we have the tarot to help clarify. I pulled the charms, and then I had 3 piles, and I was like, is there supposed to be a 4th pile? So I pulled out a charm, and it was a duplicate of one that came out in pile number 3. And I was like, is there, again, asked, is there supposed to be a pile 4? And I pulled out a duplicate of pile number 2. And then I changed it to what is the next charm for pile number 4? And I asked that a few times, and it just came out saying, no, this isn't it. And then I realized I was supposed to go back to the original question of, is there a pile number 4? And I pulled out a seahorse, which was a duplicate to 1. And then I understood the message. There is not a 4th pile, but for some of you, there are 2 piles for you. And for a few of you, there's actually going to be all 3 piles are for you. So that was just something that came through in the message of the charms. So for pile number 1, we do have, I'll pull out all the charms so you can see them. We have, let me make sure I get this in view for you. We have seahorse, we have the star, we have a fairy, and then, of course, we have the seahorse again. So these are the charms. And if you want to pick by the card that came up, it's interesting, this is actually a water animal too. It's koi fish. There is always enough. So that is for pile number 1. Get these back down here correctly. Pile number 2, the Pegasus is your duplicate charm. And then you have this, and then you have the owl. So those are your charms if you want to pick by the charms. If you'd like to pick by the card that came out was number 32, Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. I put these down. Okay, I'm being reminded to say, for pile number 1, a message that came through was this feeling of, we're backtracking right here, there's something very out of order in this reading. So you may be picking piles out of, like, you might watch pile 3 and really be drawn back to go back and watch pile number 1. Things don't necessarily have to go in order, especially if there's multiple piles. Do them in the order that they call to you, because yes, some of you are going to be called to multiple piles. In pile 1, there was a sense of hesitancy. And this feeling of, don't know if I'm supposed to do this, there was like, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. That kind of feeling went with that card. That may apply to you, it may not apply to you. Just because it doesn't mean that's not your pile necessarily. That's just a message that came through on that. Pile number 2, something about music playing in the background came through, and it was also a, who am I to do that, and uncertainty and abilities, and isn't there like other people who are better at doing this, and comparing of self to others. Like I said, if that doesn't resonate with you, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not your pile. And for pile number 3, if I pick up the charms, I'll let you know. Hesitancy was the word that came through. There was also a very dense energy, like it was just very dense and heavy, and it was like a lot to push through, And there was this sense of being underground. And like, as I say that, I'm like feet sinking into the mud. And the charms that came out, you had, I'll put these in the right order that they came out. Okay. These are the ones originally picked. And this was the double, this intricate design. You have the leaf and the tree. So if you wanted to look at those. And then the card that came out, if you want to go by the card, is number 39, Moth Spirit, Surrender Now. Okay, so those are the piles. And like I said, some of you may be drawn to 2 of these piles. Some of you will be drawn to all 3. And you may not be drawn necessarily to watch them 1, 2, 3. You might go to 3 and then jump back to 2 or any kind of order. So just go where you're guided. And with that, we're going to move on to pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You picked the star, the fairy, and the seahorses. And the 36 koi fish spirit, there is always enough. And I have to say, like, going into your reading, I'm feeling like this anxiety, and I'm like, but I don't, like, I'm just not trusting myself to be able to read the cards. So I don't know if that's something that you've been experiencing. Usually what I feel has something to do with the reading or a message to someone. So we're going to set that aside and see what other ones came out for you. Okay, we are looking for the gift that you're being called to use, why and how. And we'll lay out a few cards before we really get into that. Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. And Ant Spirit, which is a time to collaborate. I'm just going to give you a moment to look at the cards. There's something in this horse, in just the way it's got its head down, almost not really able to see how beautiful it is. Let me put these here. We had 2 tea leaves come out. We have the teardrops and with personal sorrow and sorrow. And I wanted to say growth. Great sorrow, great personal sorrow, but I wanted to say personal sorrow and growth. And then candle, you will be shown the way. So for those of you who aren't trusting in this, you are going to be shown the way. And I'm just looking at the eye, and it's sort of like you're not used to being able to see things in this way. So you're being called to see. Is it not only the, like, how other people's sorrow is, but there's something about being able to see beyond the sorrow and being a light that guides the way. It just, what is this? There's something, the freedom is yours. It's breaking away. Let's see what tarot card we had. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'm being told don't take it in reverse. There's something in your gift where you're able to balance. And I think there's always enough. Let me see what else we have here. Not for you. looking at this. And I'm putting that next to the sorrow. The sorrow is not for you. And I'm looking, okay, what I'm seeing right here is the playing of games is not for you. This is not a game for you. This, you know, whoever I'm reading for, you take these things, these gifts very seriously. And there is a deep sense inside of you to honor spirit in using these gifts properly, and in having it be balanced. But the spirit's like trying to let you know you're free to use this gift. It is okay. And I think we need to kind of get a little bit from, I have different decks that I'm going to use for different piles. So my hands went right to, I wanted to ask, what is the gift? But, okay, that just needed to come out. And this card here and this. Okay. Is there anything? That one wants to come out. Okay. All right. Okay, let's just see what, and we have a Three of Wands here. You can see it's really saying stop waiting to use this gift. I'm a little frustrated that we haven't gotten to what is the gift. The Two of Swords. It's locked in your heart, this gift right now. And we have Page of Wands. Let me put Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant in reverse. I'm told not to take reversals in this deck. For some of you, it's a passion. You know what it is what I just heard. You're very passionate about this, but you just don't feel adequate. And what it's saying is you are the High Priestess. You are absolutely adequate, completely adequate. And stop waiting to put this in use. This feeling of it's not for you to be doing it. No, that's absolutely untrue. I mean, the freedom is yours. There is always enough. You'll be shown the way. And it's causing you sorrow not to use your gifts and keeping them blocked up. Okay, I'm being drawn to this deck. Can we get a little bit more clarity on what is pile number one's gifts? What are the gifts? What is the, to stop there and look. Internal exploration. And I'm to look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have internal exploration and trust your innocence. And what I'm really getting from this is you have an incredible ability to do the shadow work and find, hidden beneath all of these doubts and fears that you have inside of you is an untainted gift that you have to share. I'm told to look at the next one, the high heart chakra. So in your heart chakra is a place to center yourself, to help you find this. Okay, and for this, what I'm understanding, the seamless unspeakable. Okay, the gift that I'm hearing from these cards is if you just listen to your heart, you get information from the universe and from spirit and from guides. And it's not even in language, it's just this deep knowing. Is there something more? Being told to, I just shuffled the cards and tucked that card away. That's what it's saying. You've tucked this away. In your heart, you actually have the ability to just claircognizant, is that what it's? I really don't know. I'm terrible at remembering anything. But you do. You have, you know, what is your gift that you're being called to use right now is just that unspoken knowing in your heart. And there is no measuring it. You can't measure this against other people and what their gifts are. Yours is so, I mean, I'm seeing just this beautiful white light of connection coming into the heart from the divine, and it's there. It's just there. And you have to clear those shadows and doubts out of the way. Is there anything else to be said here about this? Okay, I'm being told the balanced forces. There is something about, one, you're going to feel more emotionally imbalanced once you do this, okay? But freedom is really what it's talking about. And here we have just a reconfirmation again. Freedom is yours. You know, freeing your heart to allow these messages to come through. And it's going to balance out an emotional state for you. And it's also going to give you the ability to help navigate when other people around you are in their shadow spaces and in their imbalances, for you to remain balanced. And you will be shown the way. You're going to sometimes be the light that shows the path forward when there's conflicting things and people around you and stuff that's out of balance. I hope this is making sense. This is a really difficult one to get at. And I still have that nervousness, and I can feel it in my chest. I can feel it really throughout my whole body. And there's almost like a mild electric hum inside, and it kind of runs through my arms. So some of you might know when you've got information coming through and you're suppressing it, you have these sort of physical sensations that you may experience where it's just kind of like a humming that kind of like wants to run down the arms. It wants to, and I am being told, like it wants to radiate from the heart and out so that you can really release it to what's around you. And I just felt the energy flow out through my hands. So now, some of you, this may actually be working, like if you are thinking of going into doing Reiki, or you've started that and you don't feel like you might be, you know, properly attuned or a good channel or a clear channel, there are some things in you you've yet to clear out. But I'm also being told the way to clear that out is to start using it. And I did, when I pulled from the heart, where we're talking about this white light's coming in and the knowing is coming in, and I felt it coming down the arms. And as soon as I put my hands out, because I am a Reiki master too, so I could feel the Reiki energy coming out, and like I can feel it as I'm holding my hands out right now. So I don't know if anybody wants a little Reiki, we'll just like little bit flow through while I talk here. And I'm looking at the word serving on the card. Serving others, softening to love. Okay, I'm looking at the Oracle deck in front of me. I have the Starseed Oracle. Okay, I'm just going to close that there and we'll proceed with the reading. We'll see what is there in the Starseed. For any of you who were questioning whether or not, I just heard some of you are interested in working with crystals. Yes, you know, those of you who are thinking it's crystals, there is something in your spirit, your ancestral spirit. And I pulled the star seed. We have the star and something, the starfishes, it's just the seahorses. I don't know why I called them starfishes. And the fairy energy. You have a lot to pull from, both cosmically, and a lot of this isn't necessarily this deep-rooted kind of Taurus grounded energy. I'm a Taurus, so I kind of know that. Like, I talked about one of the groups feeling like the feet being sunk into the mud. If you're looking at multiple piles, then yeah, that might actually be another one of your skills. And that actually, I believe that's, what is that, pile number 3? Okay, so for some of you, pile number 3 might be the way you balance, because we are balanced forces, and with the 6 of Pentacles here, this is all really light coming in from above. So this is from astral, this is from spirit, this is from the cosmos, the universe, the galaxy coming in, and you can see a lot of just, this is, I guess, very much what I can say about like the white light coming in, that force coming in. So some of you may have been called to pile 3. That may be your balance out in pile 3. I don't know what's in pile 3 yet. I haven't done it. So I'm just going to take a couple of star seeds. The why is, I mean, you're meant to bring balance, and you're meant to be a healer is what I'm getting from this whole thing. Is you have healing abilities that are trying to come through you. You just have to allow them to be set free. And like I said, it may be Reiki, it may be crystal work. And I'm just going to ask if there's anything from the star seed. We have Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. And this is really a calling for you to understand you are protected. This gift is protected. You don't have to worry. You are safe. You can trust this energy. And at the bottom is inner earth. You'll survive new solutions and beginnings. Okay, I'm just going to take that as a confirmation of, given this is, and I'm really, I feel like a lot of this might really, it kind of goes in the head. Like it's like, it's not grounded is something that's going on here. So one of the things for you to bring this in, not just to, you know, clearing out those shadowy kind of doubts and fears and so forth, some of you do need to work on grounding. That way it doesn't throw you off balance when you try and tap into this energy, because it's very strong, it's very powerful. So whoever you are, this is not a tiny little gift. I mean, and I think, you know, don't know if I'm supposed to do that, was the question that I got from Spirit as for what this group was. And, you know, it's yes. I mean, this is, you were molecularly created to do this, is what I was just told. I don't know why it said molecularly created to do this. Like on a cellular level, this is a gift you have and you came into this world with. And it's, you know, trust that, you know, it's there. It will set you free from your own imbalances, but you will be also the why. You're helping balance out environments around you, people around you, situations around you, if that makes any sense. But for those of you who don't really feel like this is giving you all the answer you need, it is, pile number 3 is the one where there was like a dense, heavy energy. And I was just told some of you are being called to break up that energy. That's pile number 3. And it was like that feeling of like below ground or something. So some of you do need to ground, and some of you pile number 3 may be for you if you're called to that. If you're not, then, you know, trust your own intuition. But this may be something that's going to break up the dense and heavy energies around you, because this is a very light, very energetic energy. Okay. I usually pull 2 cards just for the whole reading for all groups. And I'll just let you know those cards that came out was Giraffe Spirit, See the Big Picture, and Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. And I really feel like of all the piles, I think yours is like the brightest glow that there is in these. I mean, it's your luminescence. And kind of maybe looking at the bigger picture of things rather than focusing on, well, am I supposed to be the one? No, it's just remember, you're connected to the entire cosmos. So if there's a gift you have inside of you, that's part of the cosmos inside of you. So, you know, if you doubt your own gifts, you're doubting the entire cosmos. So don't worry about doubting whether or not, you know, it's important to remember the big picture, and you are a part of the cosmos. You are connected to it. You are strongly connected to like the farthest edges of the cosmos. Okay, I hope that gave some clarity. And if another reading, another pile calls to you, I know some of you pile number 3, but that's not for everyone. I'm not gonna like say you have to. It's only, you know, follow your own intuition, definitely, when you look at the cards, like get your own insights and everything. But thank you for letting me read this. And I mean, whoever I'm reading for, I mean, just this incredible light that you have to bring into this world. It's, yeah, it's just, it's cosmic. It really is. Okay. All right. So I'll either catch you in another pile or in another reading. Hello, pile number 2. So I'm just going to give you a quick look again at your charms. And then we're going to get into the cards. And we'll just go over again. Something about music playing in the background may give you guys a clue if this is for you. And then there's also the sense of, who am I to do that, and uncertainty and the ability, and comparing yourself to others and thinking, you know, others are better at doing that. And the card you were drawn to is card 32, Hawk Spirit. Let your spirit be your guide. And right away I'm hearing it's like, let your spirit and your own intuition be your guide. Don't worry about comparing to other people. We all have our assignments. I was just told to say, it's like, we all have our gifts. We all have our assignments, and they're not to be compared to others, because we can compare things on earth as people, I don't know why I have to say this, but it's coming through to be told. We live in, like, I'm in the United States, so especially here, we live in a culture where we're constantly being told to compare our looks, our how old we look, our bank accounts, how nice our yard is, how big, we're in constant comparison, as if that's some sort of like, this is this thing that separates us from each other. But when it comes to spirit, there is no comparison. Everyone is equal in spirit. Everyone's gifts are the same. Even if someone doesn't even work in the spiritual, kind of like the traditional concept of spirituality, a teacher has gifts. Like an elementary school teacher has a gift. In spirit's mind, that is equal to like whatever guru somebody might go to. It's all equal and necessary, because the universe knows that there are so many things that need to be done, so much that needs to be given and shared and exchanged between each other. There needs to be so much diversity. So when you start comparing your spiritual side in the way that we compare ourselves in the physical consumer merchandise way, it's just disastrous, right? And for some of you, you just needed that kind of reminder of like get out of the materialistic comparison mode, because that has nothing to do with anything in the spiritual realm. And for someone, not all of you, I'm being told, not all of you need to hear that, but like there's at least one person watching this that just needed that reminder. And you know what? I feel kind of this sense of relief even in myself right now, because I am totally guilty of comparison. And, even doing this right now and starting a new YouTube channel and doing this, I'm like, but there's so many other people who would be so much better, right? What do I really have to give? So I'm going to have to come back and completely watch pile number 2, because I need this message myself. So for those of you who are wondering if you were not in company in feeling this way, I just want to let you know, like, I'm interested to see what this plays out to be in this reading and the information we get. Because a part of me, and I'm almost tearing up, is like, I feel this way too. So I just have to acknowledge that. And I am a strong believer in spirit chooses the messenger for each message. Not necessarily because that's the most gifted person to deliver a message, but they know, the guides in spirit know how to match the message with the right messenger. And sometimes it's also because the messenger needs the message. So pile number 2, I think I'm right in here with you. And I will try not to let too much of me and my own insecurities get in the way of your reading, because this is something to give to you, but I am being made very, very much aware that this is a message that Spirit is also trying to give to me. So we have Hawk Spirit. Let your spirit be your guide. And let's get into the rest of, and I also have like the Tarot and a couple other oracles to pull from. We have 27, Fox Spirit. Think on your feet. And for me, this was like, it's not you gotta know it all and be like, okay, when you're like, think on your feet is kind of that like instantaneously, I know everything. I can do it. I can handle every situation. It's like, it's what I got from this was, you know, standing up tall, you know, get up on your feet, stand up tall. And I use the word proud, and I don't mean the egotistical proud, but I mean the self-love proud. You know, this is to me like, stand up on your feet and stand tall. You know, don't, I'm not sure if this is I'm pretty sure this is coyote. Oh, no, it's fox. Why did I think coyote? For some reason, it says fox right there. And the fox is sometimes a trickster. And what I'm gleaning from that is that we can trick ourselves into believing we're less than, or trick ourselves into thinking that other people are better. And it's like, no, stand on your own 2 feet and don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the better or worse thing, because that does not exist in the spirit realm. Oh, and this is just a reassurance. You have 17, crow spirit, co-create with spirit. Yeah. This gift, we're going to delve into and hopefully get a better definition of what this gift is, and why and how you can reach it. I think we're kind of in the how section of getting down to like being able to use this gift. But as we were talking in that whole spiel I gave you earlier, co-create with spirit. So, you know, everything you do, you know, and I'm just being told, like, when we, okay, I'm going to put it in terms of myself, because I don't want to, like, throw anybody else into what I'm also guilty of, too. You know, when I judge my gifts, my ability to read, whether or not I'm delivering the message clearly or just rambling confusingly, the thing is, like, I do this and I'm working with spirit in it. And for some reason, this card is reminding me to say something of, you know, when we judge ourselves in the use of our gifts, not like whether or not we're using our gifts for higher good. That's a totally different story. But like whether or not we're as good as other people at using a certain gift. When we do that in the use of our gifts that spirit has given us, we're also judging spirit, because our gifts are from spirit, and our gifts only work with spirit. So to judge a gift that we're using, we're not just judging ourselves as to whether or not it's a good enough or am I good enough at it. We're judging spirit. So it's just a reaffirming this, like, take the judgment out of it. Okay? Because there's no reason to be doing any kind of judgment. And I just had a little tipsy moment of vertigo as I went to set the card down and pull open to the next card. And we have 1111. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. And what I see is like, go ahead and spread your wings. This is such a beautiful gift that you have. And it's time for you to see the full beauty of it. You know, just stop questioning. It's beautiful the way you're, you know, as long as it is always for the highest good of all, how you're using it is beautiful. And let's see. Tea leaves. Okay, we have the 2 tea leaves that came out. We have bat. Take care, enemies are working against you. And what I really think this lies in is this 3D world teaches us a lot about how to hate ourselves, not think we're good enough, have a lot of negative beliefs, and so forth. And that's really working against us. I'm going to include me in there, okay? Because, like I said, this is definitely a message for me too. And the importance of taking care of yourself, and like, don't let those negative consumerism thoughts, you know, the materialistic 3D world sort of thing interfere with what your spiritual gifts are. And you have rainbow. The most difficult part of the situation is over. So the hardest part of using your gifts is getting past this. Okay? You have the rainbow card. The most difficult part of the situation is over. That's, you know, and you get into this butterfly. Once you sort of like let go of all of that, you know, and get past that self-judgment kind of thing based on 3D world rather than spiritual world and the universe, that's going to be the hardest challenge, and for you to, you know, fully embrace. And you'll find your gifts will grow stronger once you set aside that and you really start to appreciate that they can't be judged, because they are, I mean, your gifts, you're intertwined with spirit with these gifts. You don't have these gifts without spirit. So how could you judge them? And once you realize that you're just an interconnected, you know, your energy is interconnected with spirit's energy, and it's all one, then it's really hard to be judging it, you know. Oh gosh, there's the judgment card. Okay, and if you look at this in the Light Seers deck, I can't really get this too good on camera. You can see she's like kind of letting go of judgment. This is my kind of letting go of judgment card in this deck for some reason. And it's just a confirmation card of letting go of the judgment. Okay, and let me see. We have 32 here and now. And this is just saying, you know, past and future, your gifts belong right here, right now. It's the right time to be using them, and they're needed now. Okay? Let them come out now. Some of you may have been kind of like pushing them off and being like, maybe I shouldn't be. Well, that's your message of yes, this is the time, this is the here and now. I may not even go into the tarot for this. Is there anything from the tarot that we need to know? Because first of all, we haven't really gotten into what your gift is. But for some reason, I'm feeling like you guys have a lot of different gifts, and this has been the issue. You're being called to use your gifts. And is there anything? Let's just, nope. It's like just deck's locked up. Okay. So we don't really need the tarot for that. I put my hand on this deck, so let's go ahead and just see what comes out. What does pile number 2 need to go? And I really would like to be able to illuminate some of what the gifts are. Okay. We have the Goddess card number 14. Make sure you feel it in your bones, for you are what you believe. Okay. What I'm hearing is like, if you don't believe in your gifts, then you're going to struggle with them. The more you believe in your gifts, the stronger those gifts are going to be. Okay? And we have Maiden. Demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. Okay. So with that, I just kind of almost got teary-eyed. For some of you, I'm just going to reread this. Demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. Okay, for some of you, and most of you in the group probably, since everything we've talked about so far, we're not talking about one gift. We're talking about your entire package of gifts that you were brought into this world to carry into this world. And just conditioning, whatever. There's a lot of things in this world that say, don't read tarot cards, crystals are a joke, and, there's a lot of things that say, that's this. And we suppress. And what the message for you is that's coming through is to embrace all of your gifts. I don't think we're going to find it's one gift. You don't have nobody really just has one gift, okay? We all have a lot. And in this particular reading, it's not necessarily there's a specific gift, at least not that we found in the cards right now, but you're being called to give yourself permission to use all of your gifts. They are yours for a reason. They are yours and they are spirits. So denying them is denying not only yourself, but you're also denying spirit, okay? And then, okay, I was just brought to the bottom of the deck, and we have number 16, growth. In myself, I've sown beauty with wounds. It's gonna make me cry. These cards tend to make me cry. In myself, I've sown beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality in the expansive, eternal song, softly bellowing in spirit. Okay, I'm going to be oh gosh. This deck makes me cry so much. It really does. And I have down here, if you can see, number 2, one of your notes is music playing. And I had this music playing in my mind in the background when I was getting ready for this reading. And it's just, inside myself, I've sown beauty with wounds. So a lot of you have gone through a lot of pain, and you've denied a whole lot, not just of your gifts, but just of your own pure, innocent, human, and spiritual being. Okay, which speaks of my immortality in the expansive, eternal song, softly bellowing in spirit. So for some of you, maybe just to help loosen up and reconnect with these things, you might find certain music to listen to. Some of you might enjoy singing as a way to connect back with this. Yeah, and I'm going to just acknowledge you've gone through a lot of pain. And I just, it's so beautiful I've sown beauty with wounds. Wounds, yeah. And then this expansive, eternal song. And your song is part of the eternal song and the universal song. And you are here to sing it. Metaphorically, and sometimes not metaphorically. Some of you are singers, and it is for you. We're gonna... Okay. Oh, made me cry. I hope I didn't make too many people cry. Okay. And I think the Shaman's Oracle, let's see what we'll get from there. Okay. As I try to get the tears out of my eyes so I can kind of see. All right, let's see. If there's anything in the Shaman's Oracle. I'm not even gonna aim for what are your gifts. This is the whole cornucopia of all of your gifts, and it's you're being called now to embrace them, use them. And the how we kind of covered, it's getting rid of that. Just the lies the world told you about you not being good enough, or that not being appropriate for you, or, you know, just that stuff. We've already covered that. I'm not going to repeat. I'm being told to pull these up. I do usually pull out like overriding cards that are for all the groups, all the piles, and one of them is Peacock, Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. And I'm being just kind of told, like, look at the grander scope of things beyond just the mortal 3D. Just kind of look at the universal big picture of things, and that may help you. And Peacock Spirit, let it shine. And it's just, Spirit is really saying it is time for you to shine. Get out of this dark negative space, stop comparing, and shine. And, you know, like, I just, for some reason I was told, like, you may be like one of those multicolored blinking Christmas light things, you know, whatever your light is. Like, it's just, for some reason I'm seeing different kinds of, like, usually they're put out at Christmas. You know, some of the lights that flicker from blue to green and purple, and just twinkling lights, and just all kinds of different lights. And I think all of you have your own string of these incredibly gorgeous little lights that just bring some beauty to this world. Okay, is there anything, Spirit, from the Shaman's Oracle that you want group number 2 to know? Is there anything? I'm gonna take this. Take that. I'm told to look at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have Whale Song. So again, there's that music. And for some of you, I was just told, I know you can go on YouTube and they have like different frequencies for different things. Also singing bowls. Some of you may benefit. Some of you might want to start using singing bowls. They're kind of expensive to get if you don't have them. There's videos you can watch. I have a local library where like somebody comes in periodically and does sound baths, and it's actually free to go to. So that's like just an odd one to like let somebody know. Check with your library and different places. There may be some place you can go for sound bathing, and that may help. Even just, I'm being told, even just, you know, ringing a bell in the house just to kind of clear away, you know, any just sort of those dust particles of the I'm not good enoughs. Okay, so that may be helpful for you. And then we have 27, heart, home, compassion, and absolutely, you know, just having compassion in your heart for yourself, because that's where your home is. You know, your home is in your heart, and giving yourself that compassion. It's easy to be compassionate to other people. It's harder to be compassionate with ourselves. But remember to, you know, give the same compassion to yourself that you would to another person. And I'm being reminded of, like, there's things that we would never say to other people because it would be like, that's really rude and crude and unkind. Yet many of us are guilty of saying them to ourselves. And I do this too. I've been working for a while now on making sure that, you know, there's things I tell myself, these negative things that I say to myself, and I've done it for years and years and years, and I've been working for several months, and I'm still working on breaking the habit of it. But I was like, I would never say that to another person. I mean, like, I couldn't bring myself to be so cruel to say that to another person. Why am I saying this to myself? So for some of you, that may be something that'll help you clear the way so that these gifts can come through. And I'm being reminded to tell you, your gifts are here because the universe sent you to bring them here. They're meant to come through. Okay, and then we have beneath that, okay, yeah, this is pretty fitting for the reading. It's just, I think, a confirmation card on what we were discussing. 46, root girl, the disowned self. And, okay, I'm going to reread the disowned self. Okay, this is, we've just talked, you've pretty much disowned your gifts and your feeling of your right to claim them and your feeling of the beauty of them. That's that. And we had the maiden card, and just, we have root girl, the disowned self, and then we have maiden. Demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. Okay, Spirit, is there any, I'm being told to just pull some charms. I don't know. Bring your own meaning to these things. We have handmade. So some of you might find through crafting, you can feel more comfortable. The two swans making a heart. And we have another large heart and small heart. Okay, what I'm seeing with these two is adulting. It is not a, I mean, some people call it reparenting, but what it is your adult self giving your child self the love that was missing. And there's two of these, so it's really a confirmation on that one. You have feather and crown. I mean, like, you deserve to wear the crown, you know? And you have all the feather to fly. And this, I'm being told with the handmade, it's like, this is your hard work. You're making you. I don't know why that's upside down, like handmade. You have the ability to do this. The power is in your hands. And there's definitely that message, you know, like, remember the root girl, I don't know why I'm tripping over that. The disowned self, reclaiming yourself. So why are you being called to use your gifts? Because you need to reclaim yourself. And that's going to be the first beneficiary of your gifts, your soul gifts, is that you're going to be reclaiming who you are. Okay, so put that there. I'm going to leave it there. If you're called to any of the other piles, I know when I was setting up for this reading that I was told, like, some people would go to 2 piles, some people would go to 3, some would just go to 1. So if you were called to any of the other piles, then I will see you in one of those piles. If not, hopefully I will see you in another reading. If the message resonated with you, please, you know, if you could just do a like, subscribe, share, something, since it's starting out, and, you know, you'll be helping me. And hopefully I was able to help you with something. I hope so. Okay, you're worth every bit of Spirit's gifts, and don't worry, there's no need to deny it. Take care. You're beautiful, and I send you love. Hello, group 3. So these are the charms that you had for your group. And we'll just set these down. And there was this sense of like a dense, heavy energy for this group. And that there was so much to push through. That feeling of below ground and the feet in the mud. And one of the words that came through for this group was hesitancy. So we'll explore and see if those, you know, if they play into the cards that come out. We have feeling like a little scattered almost, but really contained. that's a very strange statement, to feel scattered but in a contained space right now when I'm starting your reading. We do have the cards I already pulled prior to starting the reading, and then there's some oracle decks and tarot we'll get into if we need to clarify, so we can see what the gift is, why you're being called to use it now, and how you can better access. And the card that you were drawn to was 39, Moth Spirit, Surrender Now. And let's just go ahead and pull out, we have 3 of these cards here. I'm already looking like with the dense energy. I mean, look at the deep colors in here. It's just, it really, there is like kind of this underground sort of, and I'm hearing the word autumn for some reason. Well, these are kind of autumn colors too. But vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. And I'm just hearing, like, your effort won't be wasted in doing this. And here's another card where we're looking at this, like, this brown earth and darkness. And it's such a buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide, which we'll get into more detail as we pull out all the cards and I can start tying together what the messages are. Oh, and here's, look at how bright this is in contrast. You know, and we see this actually in the buffalo spirit, where there's like this darkness, but then you start to see this beautiful purple come in, and then we come into these brighter colors here with the deer spirit, which is bring a gentle touch. Okay. And I'm definitely, I almost feel like for some of you, there's something, because what I'm feeling in this reading is, it's almost like there's this kind of fence or something, like a wooden fence or whatever. It's just blocking the information from getting in. And I'm like, I know there's something on the other side of that wall that's like where the interpretations and the messages for these cards are. So for me, that tells me that might be where some of you are feeling right now. Like, it's just like, why can't I get the information that I need? You know, it's that kind of a feeling. Okay, we have with the tea leaves, we have skull with hidden secrets can harm you, and inkpot with problems to be resolved. And I did hear in that some of this is like a not wanting to admit to self, but there's something wrong in that. There's something inaccurate in saying not wanting to admit this to, you know, to yourself. That it's like there's an energy that wants to say, oh, well, you're the one putting this block up yourself. You're keeping this secret yourself. And that's what I'm interpreting here is like, no, this is an external blockage. It's not one that you've created yourself. Okay. I did have a couple of tarot cards told this way. The Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. Don't click off just yet. We are going to get to this, okay? It's just group 3. This is what I'm guessing you're struggling with. Okay, what do we have here? Yin is the feminine and higher power. This is Okay, Spirit, I understand there is something about needing to... Okay, we have... Okay, because this leads to that. I'm being told to move things around. This is... For those of you that, like, this makes some resignation to you. That's an interesting word. Resignation to you. I'm being told to line the cards up in a certain way because they're telling the story. Okay, and I can't really get you a closer view on this. And I keep being told there is, we'll get back to this, and we're definitely gonna be going in deeper to figure this out. There are two cards that I pulled that are overrides for, not overrides, like in overriding something, but that would thread through all three groups. And one of the cards is Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. And I'm being told that's one of the clues. Look at the big picture and see what's really going on around you. Because somewhere in that picture is what's being the block. And then the peacock, let it shine. And this is, it just is reinforcing these kind of like color themes. This does not seem as, I mean, look at where you're headed. This is where you're headed. This is what's trying to stop you from getting there. And I had earlier said, like, it felt like my feet were stuck in the mud. Okay, Spirit, let's get somebody's feet unstuck out of the mud, which I'm being drawn to past life. Okay, so what is it that's got this wall? What is the wall coming from? Like, where is this wall, this block in... Oh, gosh. It really does not want to come out. So, all right. I do not have my Palo Santo over here because I feel like some cleansing needs to be done here. Okay. Okay, there's one. Health. And I actually went to go cover the word health. And it is something that is snaking around. So some of you might want to do some chakra cleansing in however form you choose to do that. What is the block? Something is snaking around, like in front of you, around you. There is a blockage for some of you in the chakra. One of the chakras. I'm not going to use this as a health card. This isn't a health thing. What else? Where is this? What is this blockage coming from? Galactic. Okay, I'm being told this is... I'm not fond of trying to of these kind of messages, but this is an external... I'm hearing like gossip and things. It's being sent from other people, okay? I mean, I'm not fond of saying, you know, somebody's under spiritual attack or something like that. I know, I'm just going to say right here, like, you know, get through this reading, get the information you can from here. And I know there are other readers that will handle this kind of information better. I'll give you the groundwork in this. And that's what I feel like. I'm going to be able to give you some of the groundwork. but you're going to need to go, and it's not going to be fully answered in this reading. So, I mean, just don't click off now, because there is some other information that you'll get here, but then more than likely, you obviously watch other tarot readers on YouTube, and I'm being told you know which one to go to. You'll know which reading to go to after this and which reader to go to after this, but we're going to lay down some foundation information that you need to know. I've never had a reading happen like this where I was like, this is just your introductory reading. Okay, so, okay, can you tell me a little bit more about this, the arts? Okay, and that is the clarity. Okay, I'm not going to say this is for every single one of you. If this is resonating, the arts. Somebody is practicing in witchcraft, whatever you want to say. They're practicing in the occult arts, and there is someone trying to stop your gifts. Okay, that is not for every single one of you. Only take that if it resonates with you. I generally do not deliver these kind of messages, and that's why I said get the rest of the reading, whatever foundation information, if that resonates with you, and then you'll need to follow through. And then, is there one more card or anything else we need to know on this? And I see this card wants to come out. What is this? A monk or a nun. Okay. Oh, it's like it is that kind of feeling of being like kind of trapped in a monastery and you're only allowed to be in here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those cards there. If that didn't resonate with you, we're gonna move on, because there is this gorgeous timeline of like, look at where you're headed. This is beautiful. So let's get out of here. And that was the past life oracle. So that's for some of you. It's not for everybody, okay? So if it didn't resonate, we're going to keep moving on, because this is beautiful. What I see happening here is that you're going to hit a transition. It's like there's the 3 cards on this side, the 3 cards on that side, and then this is in the middle. You know, like this is where you bring a gentle touch, and the abundant universe will provide. So you can call upon spirit. You can call upon the universe. Look to the bigger picture of the galaxy and spirit. And you should be able to get to that point where you can let your light shine. So for some reason, someone's trying to dim it right now. For some of you. For some of you, this is your own negative energy, old thought patterns, that kind of stuff. Okay, I put my hand on here. What is this gift that's being stifled that spirit wants to be utilized right now? What is this gift? I'm being told to take 3 from this deck. What is the gift? Okay, Spirit, can you please give me a clear answer for pile number 3? What is the gift? Okay. Okay, I'm going to tie back to this nothing is wasted. Okay, I think this is just at the bottom of the deck. It's you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And look how the color palette is matching. So whatever this gift is, a lot of you are already on the right path. Even if this situation has nothing to do with you, or if it does, you are already on the right path. So keep going forward. Okay. We have strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you stronger and more courageous. Okay. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. And I'm looking at trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide you on your career path. This is a career one. Why did I pull this deck? Because I was asking Spirit for gifts. You are a warrior. Okay, Spirit. That's why the past life oracle is out. Some of you were warriors in a past life. And you are a defender, you are a protector. And you're being called to have that gift come out again. For some of you, it's through writing that you're going to be sharing your gifts. And some of you actually are able to foretell the future. Your dreams have a lot of insights. You can learn a lot from those dreams. And you may be able to gather a lot if you do anything in the 5D and the astral. Okay, I'm going to put those there. I'm like feeling like I want to say I'm sorry that we're not getting really into what the gift is. This is where do I want to go? I picked this deck up. Let me just see. Okay, so some of you just, as an advice, it's being told to, I mean, a lot of times we say like the Two of Swords is like you're overprotecting yourself and you're blindfolding yourself. You may not see what is interfering with you, but it would not be, a bad thing to work on, learning how to set your boundaries and your protections around you. And then you can start expanding from there. I have the Chariot at the bottom. So whatever this is, it has not been a fast-moving process. Or, okay, no, I'm being told it may have come in fast. It may have come in slow, but it's actually slowed you down. So if you felt like you'd been slowed down, there was a feeling of a dense and a heavy energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. This is going to change. I mean, like, I'm going to put this right here and let you know, this is going to change. So, I don't know how much I can get from Spirit for you. Okay, I'm going to take, I had this deck out and I was like, maybe we can get some information. Okay, this is, I mean, one of the things that needs to be said is like Spirit, like, yes, is calling to use your gifts. It's taking you, Spirit is working to help you get out of this trap, this block, this whatever you may be, having somebody do psychic like crap, and secretly trying to just like Spirit is working to get you out of there. Just open the door and get you through and into this great place where you are connecting and you're sharing your gifts and you're happy with the people that you're around. You're in the great, a beautiful emotional space and sharing that emotional fluidity, and you're working with your higher power. You're feeling connected to your higher power. So Spirit is definitely like, you're right here. You know, you're right here on this, tipping over to this point, okay? So this is the Cozy Witch Tarot. I think that's a nice, sweet little one to give it a try. Is there anything we can... Okay, we have the Emperor that came out. Be the authority of your own life. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. So it is very much a taking charge of your own life and insisting on that. And just, like I said, you know, setting the boundaries, saying, you know, I will not, because if anybody wants to send negativity your way, you never have to accept it. So you can just go, no, sorry, not accepting it. Okay, is there anything else that would help pile number 3 here? It's interesting this comes out. It's the 10 of Cups. Okay, but sometimes it really is all rainbows and smiles. And it came out over here. I mean, it's like, look at this. You're headed here. And I'm like, what can Spirit, what can pile 3 do to get, and it just was like, you're already doing it. Okay. The Sun. Give yourself permission to express joy. You are already stepping into this. And I'm kind of being guided to say, like, Spirit knows what you've been through. They know how much of a warrior you have been to get through this. Now, some of you may still be in here. You know, you may be in different parts of this timeline. If you came to receive this reading, you're probably not happily over here quite yet. But, yeah. You've been a warrior to get through. And you're the one who changed the Wheel of Fortune. That is your strength. You did it, or you're in the process of doing it. What is that card that wants to come out in this one? Okay, for those of you who are still over here, just stop overthinking it and just do it. And I'm being told, cut the cords. Block the negative energy, cut the cords, and just do it. Enough of sitting in that space. And then we have the Magician. Embrace your own magic. You have everything you need to do anything you want. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask, is there any particular gift that Spirit is calling you to use? And we have the Knight of Cups. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. I'm just hearing like the Bring Love into the Situation card from the Moonology deck. It's really a stepping out of a heartache. For some of you, that may have been what happened, is that you went through a heartache and you're moving out of it, and it's time to move out of that and start bringing your love into the situations. We have the King of Swords at the bottom. We can all learn important things from one another. So there is something in your gifts that is for you to teach others. And you've won it hard. You fought hard for that gift and that wisdom that you have to share. So for some of you, it is about bringing, and then Ace of Swords. Look at you. You're bursting with sparkling new ideas. And you're a truth bearer and a healer. And a star. So, I mean, if you're wondering what gift Spirit is calling you to activate, is one that you're able to teach. And you also know that, like, in that process, you're always learning. You're not just teaching, you're always learning. And look at you bursting with sparkling new ideas. Spirit, why did I forget what this gift was? Oh, this is the you bring the truth. Yeah, I mean, you bring new truths to light that were otherwise hidden in this darkness. And it evaporates the darkness, I'm being told. And again, that you also have the ability for healing. And the last is the Ten of Pentacles. Having it all looks different for everyone. So it's just also, you know, like, if those didn't resonate with you, just understand we all have different gifts. I'm just going to end the reading there. Like I said, this is, I believe, a foundational reading. It's also just an encouragement reading from Spirit. Like, this is, again, I just want to show you, you know, just look at the color palette of change here. All right. So know that this is the process you're on, and this is where you're going to be. And this is where Spirit wants you to be and is trying to get you. If you were drawn to any of the other piles, you might look into those to see if there's any other clues for you. And I really am actually saying, for those of you, when we talked about earlier, you know, for this, whatever going on, that may be like, just kind of like someone doing dark arts, you're gonna have to go to a different reading because I don't handle that kind of stuff. So this is just to, I feel so weird saying, like, you know, I think you need to check out a different reader. And it's not to say, like, I'm never going to be your reader. It's just for this particular issue, I'm not really good at handling that information. I have my own blocks against that already, so I don't really allow myself to go into this and explore it. There are a lot of tarot readers on YouTube who have no problem going into this energy to find out what it is. I personally choose to not allow this energy in. It was in my life for a long time, and I was like, that's just not acceptable in my energetic space anymore. So I can only be told that this is something that may be happening for those of you that it resonates. And definitely go, you know, seek out the readings, and you'll be guided, I'm being told, to which ones are for that. And you're always welcome to come back to any of my readings. You know, just don't worry. I don't go into this kind of stuff. So I in a way, I'm like, I feel like I kind of let you down, but at the same time, this is, for some reason, this is what the universe wants you to know. There's more to the story than we've covered here. Your story is unfolding, and we have like the book here. And I think there's more chapters to this story. For group 3, you have more chapters to this story. But I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is coming. And, you know, the Sun and the Ten of Cups. It is on the way. And yeah, just step into the power of the Magician. I really don't know what else to tell you. I never know what's going to come out in the reading. Never know what Spirit's going to pass through in the message. And there's something about trust. And in part, that's a message to you, that to trust that you got everything you needed out of this reading to know what your next step is. And that's for a message also from Spirit to me to say, trust that I delivered everything you needed to know, so you know where to go next in figuring this out. Okay, so if there's another pile that you were drawn to, maybe you'll get a little bit more clarity there. And for those of you with this, I wish you the best. I send you my love. And I know you're going to find your solution and figure out the riddle. And you're gonna get this snake uncoiled off of you, so that you can really be free. It'll work out. It's a work in progress right now. I'll stop rambling or I'll talk forever. Okay, that's everything I have. Thank you for letting me do this reading. And I hope, yeah, sure, I'm going to do that. Please subscribe, share, comment. But yeah, I mean, if you want to leave a comment and let me know, what was going on, just try to keep it, I don't want too much negativity into the comments. So actually, don't tell me about, people putting curses and doing black magic. Just keep that out of my comments, okay? Keep it out of the comment box, because like I said, I do block that from my energies. And for some reason, I mean, the fact that I keep repeating that is you are learning to block that from your energy space so that you can be in this space and do what you need to do with the gifts that Spirit gave you and that Spirit wants you to use right now. So some of you, you are coming out of, you're getting rid of that, okay? So that your gifts can be completely shown and you can have complete access to Spirit without any interference. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I can talk forever and repeat myself. So take care, and I will catch you in another reading.